I mean, hello, welcome to Past the Rings, number 116. Today we're talking about the Mališa Bahat Thus Far discography tape that came out on June 24th of 2019. So, the history here goes back to when they released their first EP. What's it called? Moments Were Lost In. Yeah, that was in 2016. So this band initially formed in 2015 in Croatia. I don't know if they formed in Zagreb. Somewhere around there, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, they released the EP, and I'd never heard of them. Well, no one had ever heard of them because they didn't have anything released online before that. And I don't know, like I immediately shit my pants and was posting everywhere like, this is absolutely fantastic. I remember it came out right around the same time that Reich, or whatever that is, R-E-C-H-E came out, and those two bands that particular year were like the best EPs of the year. They're just fantastic stuff. So at that point they were always on my radar. I was just waiting for more Mališa Bahat because I thought the stuff was so good. And then in 2016 they came out with a split with Lack of Soul on cassette. 2 songs each, I think. Anyway, their 2 songs were, what was it? Lost and Found were the 2 songs. So, really good. Oh, still keeping in their, like, screamo style of sailboats, Loma Prieta, kind of like Zemar and Reich, to be completely honest as well. Maybe like La Chance, I don't know if you know La Chance from, or La Chance, I don't even know how to say it, from the US. So like playful, heavy, just killer vocals and really good swings. Like you'll be going through and it'll hit a part and you just be like, oh, how could you not bob your head to that? It's so good. Oh, there's a Good Will Hunting audio snippet in, what is it? Home is Where I'll Die Alone, I believe. Anyway, so moving on. Oh, that's from the EP. Anyway, moving on after that, there were 2 years went by, and then the Zemar split came out in 2019. So they took 2 years off after doing kind of something every year for the first parts. 3 songs on this. Now, this is where it gets interesting because when I went to Europe twice. I went for the non-Miatej tour. Congratulations on your impending vacation. I got to hang out a lot with Tommy at that point. Tommy was going to be our driver. He is the one of, or if not the driver for Panda Wheels, and we ended up using him properly during the Crowning Swallow's Nest tour when everyone showed up. And it was a fantastic tour, and Tommy is just an amazing human being, super professional, hilarious, great beard, knows all the cool places to go, just all around really fantastic. So we also got to chill, and I got to stay with Yakov as well. Tommy is the bass player, I should say, and secondary vocalist. The primary vocalist is Yakov, and I got to stay with him during the tour. Again, another stellar human being. God, I love his vocals so much. So he moved away, like hours, I think, from where Tommy was, and I think that kind of put some initial pressure on the band. And then, from what I heard, the guitar player kept switching, or switched at least once. And this Zemar split, I think these 3 songs were, I was told specifically when I was over in Croatia about the lineage here, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But they were essentially like 3 kind of rando songs that were kind of put together for this release. I think one of them was written with like a different guitar player kind of deal, and then yeah, they may have even been recorded at different times too, but don't quote me on that. So everything else that Mališa had done was very specific and intentional, while this Zemar split was kind of maybe haphazard and thrown together. That being said, it's still like pretty much their best material. Like, it's absolutely fantastic, and again continues that whole thing that they've been doing the whole time with, you know, I want to call it like sailboats Euro screamo. That's what it sounds like to me, which is a hell of a compliment. Okay, so, and then in 2019 we did this, the Thus Far cassette. So I didn't want to call it discography because I'm like, the band isn't done. But the band has not released anything since this. So this kind of ended up being a discography without intending to be. Now, before I get into this more, I should mention that this release was initially slated to be a 12-inch release for Moments We're Lost In. But over time, as we kind of got closer to putting it to press, I'm just like, I have no money whatsoever. And I think they were kind of slowing down with playing, so they were like, there's no rush on this. And it kind of just fell by the wayside, and I just loved the band so much. I was like, I still want to do something, I just don't want to necessarily invest $2,000. So we did 50 tapes instead, chronicling this. And Yakov said, please do something with trees. So I went into the forest here on Vancouver Island and took some pictures of like some bark peeling off of trees. So it followed the theme that they'd been doing with having trees, but it was more of like a close-up version of that, so you could see it. I was thinking, here's the discography, you can see it close up. Whatever. So anyway, there's 50 copies. There's 3 different kinds of covers. This is the more brownish one. There's a white one, and then there's a sparkle cover one. I don't remember how many of each there are. The tapes are super nice. I was able to do pretty good color matching to the art as well, so I was pretty happy with that. And I just printed off some stickers to put on the A and the B side. Made 50. There was probably 50 something, 52. I don't know. I had kept 3 copies for myself because Variant Nut. I was keeping one for each of the covers, but I don't need 3 copies. I need 1 copy. This is stupid. So I've already put 1 in the Bandcamp, and this one is now, this one in particular is in the Canadian store. So if you want it for just like 12 bucks Canadian, you should pick it up, because we're not going to make any more of these, I don't think. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be able to recreate that color combo. That just works out so nicely. Is there anything else to say about it? I got to see them live when I went to Croatia. That was really sick. Put on a great set. I think they played the Hexa show, or is that something different? It is irrelevant. It was just super, super good. And I really wish they were still a band, because every single song they released was sick. Another thing to say is there is one song on the Thus Far that is not... there's one song that is not on the Thus Far compilation, which is this 3.5-inch diskette that came out. I feel like this is the first song they wrote or something like that, but it's not available anywhere online, and I haven't even heard it because it's I don't have a drive for that. One other thing to mention before we finish is that there was a Malaysian Singapore edition put out by, I think it was Utard. Yeah, Utard Tapes, which, although it doesn't have the super nice swirl, the packaging on this is phenomenal. Really awesome case with like the embossed, silver embossed thing. The tape looks pretty cool, but they do have these like little insert things, which I also love. So another really, really cool release. Both versions I really like, and they're very, very different. Next, okay, I guess next is the Jazz Brunch 7-inch. That has 2 songs, and they actually recorded... I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about that next time. But when I was on tour, I got this shirt, and I think it still fits really nice. I've been working out, trying to fit into it.